Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arjuna Wisnuwardhana from class 1 with NPM number 221030216, and my debate motion is: this house believes that the government must expel Rohingya ethnic from Indonesia, with 5 minutes for both government team and opposition team, starting from government team. As a government team, like we know that thousands of Rohingya refugees have been arriving on the shores of Aceh province since November until now, and it caused debate among the Indonesian people. Some Acehnese refused to accept the arrival of these Rohingya refugees because they were said they often create problems. Coordinating Minister for Political, Legal and Security Affairs, Mr. Mahfud MD, said that the number of Rohingya refugees in Indonesia currently reaches 1,478 people, which is there so many people come to Indonesia. They are scattered in temporary shelter in Aceh, Medan and Pekanbaru. According to him, the temporary shelter or camp in Pekanbaru and Medan are now full and running out of funds. The above facts strongly support our statement that we agree that the government should expel ethnic Rohingya people from Indonesia, or in other words, repatriate them to their country of origin, is Bangladesh. Looking at their track record shown by the police in Aceh, many crimes have been committed by these ethnicities, such as human trafficking case. Despite their intention to seek asylum in Indonesia, there are Rohingya refugees who take advantage of this moment to be involved in the criminal act of trafficking in person. This was recorded by the Aceh police from 2015 to 2023. This case was then handed over to UNHCR and IOM to resolve this case, and then some refugees deliberately escaped from the camp. The refuge camp for Rohingya refugees, they deliberately hide in the villagers' plantation to avoid being arrested by the police, but their action finally failed because they caught by the police. They are also stealing coconut from the people. However, these refugees have been taken to stealing coconut from trees belonging to residents living on the coast. They reasoned that they need food, so they were desperate to steal, and always repeatedly that making local people even more critical of the Rohingya refugees, and also throwing away rice and aid, calling the rice portion too small. The bad behavior of Rohingya refugees was also revealed when Acehnese tried to evict them. The Acehnese claim to have provided instant food and some staple food to the refugees. However, the refugees threw the aid into the sea because they were disappointed to be rejected by the Acehnese, and also the act of throwing food into the sea made the Acehnese even angrier and chose to evict the other Rohingya refugees because they said the portion of the food is not enough for those who are clear it very sufficient. As we know, in the fact, there are still many people in our country who are economically disadvantaged, and also distribution of economic assistance is uneven. It would be nice if the government thought more about the need of the Indonesian people first, especially after we saw the news that Vice President Mr. Ma'ruf Amin proposed to give Galang Island as a Rohingya camp center, which was very funny and unreasonable for us, where they should have been returned to their home country, and also reflect on the event in Malaysia, which are previously they also accommodate Rohingya refugees. At first, the refugees behaved fine until they began to show their bad side. That's why the government must expel the ethnic Rohingya from Indonesia, and also the need for assertiveness of our Navy forces about marine security in this country. It needs to be questioned why the Navy Army is still not firm with things like this, even though it is clear that accident this is also a danger to the safety of Indonesian citizens, especially for Aceh people. And thank you, that is from government team. As an opposition team, we do not agree with the opinion of the government team, even though they have several track record and bad behavior. But we also have to look at several aspects because we as a human have the instinct to help each other for whatever the reason, especially since they are also religious people. As an aspect of humanity, we as humans certainly have a high humanitarian perspective. Seeing the previous news that the Rohingya are people who have experienced persecution and conflict in their home country and in Myanmar, expelling them can worsen the humanitarian condition. We should help them and realize how many of their ethnicity and even innocent children have been victims of cruelty and abuse. Then, providing support to the Rohingyas is an example of international solidarity. Indonesia is known as a country that upholds humanitarian values. Therefore, we can also provide protection and support to those in need in form of food and temporary camp for them. Despite some of their misbehavior, not all of the Rohingyas people are badly behaved, and some have shown that they can also behave well and have the ability to contribute positively to society. Many of them have various skill and potential that we can utilize to help the economic growth of our country, and also on the basis of human rights, expelling the Rohingyas people will be against the principles of human rights. Providing protection to them is a moral responsibility that must be upheld by every country and society, and Indonesia is no exception. Lastly, we as Indonesians ourselves have experienced difficult time in the colonial area and need international assistance. Providing aid to the Rohingya is a way to give back for the aid that Indonesia has received in the past. Although it's difficult, we must help them all on the basis of humanity based on the above aspect. As said by the General Manager NU Gus Ulil, he said that the case of Rohingya refugees entering Indonesian territory due to the conflict in Myanmar is a problem for countries in Southeast Asia. According to him, Indonesia as a neighbor has an obligation to help the Rohingya refugees to get protection. In addition, as a fellow Muslim, they also have an obligation to help each other. Although many of them behave badly, most of them are good Rohingyas but have to leave their homeland that is no longer friendly with them. Exercise operation makes them take high-risk choices in a better country and humanize them, but the hope does not always come true because many of them have to go through other suffering to become victims of manipulating human and the treatment of human in their boat journey. Not a few of them died on the way and arrived in a very weak state on their stranded land. Ironically, as this depicted in a circulating caricature, no country to accept them as fellow human beings. We must not forget that some of most inspiring and influential people in the arts, science, politics, and technology are refugees, asylum seekers, and also immigrants. They are allowed to rebuild their lives in a new and developing country. When a large number of Rohingya are unsafe and lost their life, there is urgent humanitarian need behind it. So as a conclusion, we should help them wherever they do to us, even they having a bad behavior or something, because that is not all people from Rohingyas are behavior bad. They also can help us to grow our economic, and then there is also will help us in the future. And thank you. That's all from our team and the government. So thank you for watching this video and see you.